Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Joe True and Love. Here again for the shortest out 1 hour in pro wrestling. AEW Rampage just concluded and was a okay edition. Rampage. We had Adam Cole and Tomohiro Ishii on the Hart Cup qualifier match. On Rampage, we had Jade Cargill versus Marina Shafir for the TBS Championship. Daniel Garcia versus Kingston. Some okay parts about the show, but the underlying issues are still there. Despite having a great main event last week between Hangman Adam Page and Adam Cole in a Texas death match for the AEW World Championship. Talk about 9-day. Go from that match to Jade Cargill versus Marina Shafir in the main event. And, Rampage needs to improve. It needs to get better. It needs to get a better time slot. It needs to go to 2 hours. Change a different day. Rampage, when you're starting off, cutting into the action, and going into Adam Cole and Tomohiro Ishii, was a hell of a match, but, things like that. And credit to Excalibur, we heard him talk all fast, getting all this information, talking about it, but, it just hears and doesn't sound the same. And it's becoming more apparent. So, hopefully with Ring of Honor and hopefully by the time Double or Nothing rolls around, Rampage can sort of make a change, but we'll see. But nonetheless, thank you for joining me. If you're new to the podcast, if you want to see more of these Rampage and AEW Dynamite reviews, as well as my other pro wrestling reviews on the channel, you can click the subscription box or tab in the window. Otherwise, also leave a thumbs up for the video if you like this video. But thank you, and let's just dive into it, shall we? So, show started off, as I mentioned, with Adam Cole, Tomohiro Ishii. This was Ishii, the Stone Pitbull's second match in AEW. The first was on Dynamite, a tag team match with Orange Cassidy versus Butcher and the Blade. He was out there with Orange Cassidy and Rocky Romero. Now, Orange Cassidy, he did not have a cast around him. And again, I don't watch Dark too much or AEW Dark too much, so I'm not sure if he's been out of his sling for a while now, but that's good to see as far as those curious about Orange Cassidy's in-ring return. But still a fun match. So pretty back and forth for a while, and then on the outside, Ishii went for a clothesline to Cole against the post, but Cole ducked and Ishii's arm met the post on the outside, then was thrown shoulder first into the barricade, rolled back in the ring. Ishii countered with a power slam after some offense. Adam Cole hit a fireman's carry into a neckbreaker for a near fall as they literally went to break. Back from break, Cole managed a Yushigoroshi for a near fall. Cole went for the boom, but Ishii countered into a sliding lariat for a near fall. Ishii landed some big, hard clotheslines at the end of the match, one which turned Cole inside out. So, finally, Ishii had the advantage and looked like he was going for the finish. But out came Jay White. He threw, who of course made the announcement along with Adam Cole about the Forbidden Door AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling joint pay-per-view on June 26th. Jay White came out and threw Rocky Romero into the ring steps, taking him out, and Orange Cassidy and Ishii obviously took offense to it and were distracted. And behind the referee's back, Cole hit a low blow on Ishii, followed up with the boom to the back of the head. 1, 2, 3. And Cole advances or qualifies for the Owen Hart Cup tournament. Solid match to open show. Ishii, we imagine he's going to have a presence on the Forbidden Door pay-per-view, so we'll see. I know he's going to face A. Kingston at the Capital Collision pay-per-view next month in Washington. So that'll be a match to look forward to. But yeah, right man won here. Cole, after he made the announcement for Forbidden Door, and he and Jay White stood tall on the stage area at the end. So gets also the way it seems like the wheels may be in place for because Jay White said it's about the Undisputed Elite and Bullet Club for June 26th. So perhaps there's just a little morsel in the fact that it'll be the Elite versus the Bullet Club, maybe at Forbidden Door. I don't know, we'll see. But good to see Jay White again back on AEW television. Although it seems a bit strange, I obviously checked their entrances, but Ishii in his first two bouts on AEW has not had a real entrance, I will say. For Son Pippo, Obviously he came out with Chaos and Orange Cassidy last time, but coming to the action here, it's just a little not there. Then we got Lance Archer and Serpentico. If you went to the bathroom during this match, you probably missed it because it was here and there, very short. So Sean Spears was out there on commentary, scouting the investment by MJF to the recent investment now to take out Wardlow. So very quick, so Archer came out and he gone to ringside, and Serpentico, like Sean Spears said best, like an idiot. He went for a suicida on the outside to Archer, but Archer just swatted him to the ground. Just swatted him. So there's that. And then right in the middle of the ring, the blackout 1-2-3 by Archer for the win. Afterwards, he mocked Wardlow. He hit some choke slams. Looked like he was going for his own choke slam symphony, but that was not the case. So just toying with the crowd ahead of a big collision come Wednesday's Dynamite between Lance Archer and Wardlow. Jericho Appreciation Society. They were backstage. They were shown trying to get into the arena, but the security guard wouldn't allow the rest of the JAS to advance. So Jericho tried to tell the security guard, I make more money in a month than you do the entire year. So he said, just let us pass through, you dig? So obviously the security guard didn't like that remark, and more security guards confronted him, and Garcia was like, whoa, I got this. I mean, I'm a sports entertainer after all. Yeah, there was a little fist bump and supporting Garcia, so officially 1-1. Also, it did feel different, Jericho wasn't even on commentary. So it was really just Taz, Excalibur, and Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks is doing well on commentary. He's not doing too much, I mean, being the third man, because I mean, you don't need 4 commentators for an event. Sometimes you don't even need 3. But, Dynamite has 3, Rampage has 3, or as far as tonight, but 4 is a bit too much. And while I like Jericho's insight and some of the jabs he does make, it felt a little bit of a refresher. So, Daniel Garcia versus Kingston. Not a lot to it. I mean, we've seen Garcia and Kingston mingle for a number of matches, but pretty straightforward. So, I mean, Kingston, he landed a almost like a stretch, like a ugly neck breaker on Garcia, kind of wrenching him back. But Garcia, he was targeting the ribs of Kingston the whole match. Walked on a domino stretch with some elbows. Kingston countered, walked in a sort of modified dragon sleeper, but Garcia countered to a German suplex for a near fall. A. Kingston fired back with some offense, landing a diving knee to the back of the head of Garcia. Kingston landed an exploder for a near fall. And finally, at the end of the match, Kingston landed a signature swing back fist for the win. And A. Kingston gets his victory because they noted Garcia's pinned Kingston twice. You know, there was one time, and I think it was like an 8-man tag team match. And then there was the trios match with a JAS with the bat, and Garcia pinned him there. So, yeah, obviously Kingston gets a win back for Stan Garcia. Afterwards, Kingston took off his belt, whipped it to the mat, and sent a message to the camera saying, saying to Chris Jericho, I'm saving this whipping for you. And he told Garcia, tell that to your boss. So there's that. Kingston has revenge on his mind and looking for Chris Jericho. Keithley and Swerve Strickland. They were backstage with Tony Schiavone. Keithley they were both obviously upset about their loss to Team Taz last week in New Orleans. So Swerve pretty much said that they're out for blood and they may have won the battle, but the war is not over. So Ricky Starks fired back with some remarks on commentary. You know, this feud, could be a stipulation match. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I'd like to see all four men being something of a bit more importance because we know how great Ricky Starks is and Keithley, Swerve. Well, Swerve and Keithley are still very new to the AEW roster. Powerhouse Hobbs, we know he's improving. He still has some ways to go, but he's getting there. So, perhaps one more match to blow off the feud because Keithley defeated Powerhouse Hobbs. And then in the tag team match, Keithley was pinned by Hobbs, although due to Taz's interference, so we'll see. Brett Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Toni Storm. 3 of the women currently qualified as of Dynamite qualified for the Owen Hart Cup for the women. So Tony Schiavone said, well, any one of those 3 could win the whole thing. So Britt Baker stopped him and said, well, yeah, anyone from the right side, as in Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker. So Tony Storm stopped her and said, well, Britt, besides being AEW Women's Champion, what have you done here? And then she fairly asked her, do you know who I am? Do you know what I've done? And she said, I thought so. So then she told Jamie Hayter, well, see you in the first round. And then she told Britt, well, I'll maybe see you later if you make it that far. So there's that. Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter going to look forward to and make a tease. Britt Baker, Tony Storm. That would be a heck of a final. That would be one hell of a finals for the Owen Hart Cup for the women. But we'll see. I mean, we also have Sheeta and Red Velvet and Ruby Soho. Those women are also qualified as well. So we'll see. Still only 6. Yeah, 6. So probably a couple. We still have a couple weeks till May. So, still could have a couple more qualify for both sides. We had a quick promo package of FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood giving their sides before their match to qualify for the Owen Hart Cup. FTR going at it. Tag team partners, only one can be in the tournament. It's going to be interesting. And also, we've gotten some teases. And, for the Owen Hart Cup, could we see Owen's brother Brett, come in and make an appearance in this match? So we'll see. Main event. Now, this match was, I don't think it was bad as what I was fearing. But it was close. Because as I mentioned before, Marina Shafir, we saw against Sky Blue, she's not really that there. She's maybe a tiny bit better. She made some improvements since she's been in NXT, but not by much, if at all. Jade Cargill, she's improving. She's not, as we saw here when she kind of had to carry the match. Cargill's not really there yet to lead into a great match. So it was as good pretty much as it could be. I think, really, when you think about it. But this was, and Shafir's music, that was just not good. The promo with Mark Henry before the match. But, yeah, not much to say. So, Shafir, she was targeting the leg of Jade throughout the match, because the MMA style of Maria Shafir, she would, and Jade using her power, there was the baddie section at ringside for Jade Cargo, Red Velvet, Kiera Hogan, they were a part of it. Some of them had popcorn and pretty much doused Maria Shafir in popcorn and this stuff. So towards the end, they were on the outside. Jade chokes Shafir onto the table on the outside. The timekeeper's able. She didn't go through, but she landed hard. Jade then was having a kind of a Chris Jericho-like pin, kind of mocking way. So Shafir then countered into a ankle lock of sorts, or a heel hook, and then Jade used kicks to Shafir's head to break out of it. Then landed Jaded on Shafir 1, 2, 3, and there's that. Jade Cargill is now 30-0, and confetti was there, and balloons, fake money. I think it's now time for Jade to get a better opponent, or get something more meaningful, because as much as they can parade about Jade Cargill being 30-0, the caliber for competition has not really been there. I mean, there's still plenty of foes she's not really faced. And I mean, she did beat Ruby Soho, but I mean, when you look at the current qualifiers for the Owen Hart Cup, as far as the women's go, the only one she's beat is, actually she beat two. Okay, Red Velvet and Ruby Soho. But I mean, Britt Baker, she is not face. Jamie Ender, she is not face. Hikaru Shida, she is not face. I mean, just like, geez, Tony Storm, she is not face. Now, Storm is also so new to the scene in AEW, so there's that. But yeah, and talking about some of the free agents possibly coming into AEW for the women. You know, Ember Moon, also known as Athena. Taya Valkyrie, Tegan Knox, or Nixon Nuo. She may come in. I mean, there's some names to be brought in. So we'll see. But good start, not good ending. Not good ending as far as Rampage is concerned, but it needs a change. It needs a change. I think we can all agree. But nonetheless, that's the episode for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy another edition of AEW Rampage review. They would need to. So, but I'll be back for Dynamite next week, next Thursday. An interesting lineup for AEW Dynamite. The Philadelphia street fight between Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida. Serena Deeb, I'm surprised she's not qualified already in the Owen Hart Cup tournament, but Shida is, but should be interesting. Should be interesting. We also got the ladder match, of course, between Sammy Guevara, Scorpio Sky. I mean, Sammy Guevara's ladder match with Cody Rhodes was great. So, got some high expectations. High expectations. Although AEW does quite a bit of ladder matches, but we'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you all for being safe. Hope you all had a safe 420, and nonetheless, see y'all next Thursday. Be safe. I'm Joe Love. Peace.